Hello, 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 and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Beverly Lucas, and I am the host of For the Love of Cooking Fridays. What do I do on Fridays? I try to show you how to make a meal, an appetizer, a dish, a dessert that is always better than the restaurant. You just have to trust me, it is always better than the restaurant. So, Beverly, what are we gonna make today? I have my ingredients in front of me, and it is one of the favorites of my best friend in Texas, and it is stuffed mushrooms. It is shrimp stuffed mushrooms. So, Margarita, this video is dedicated to you, although you cannot be here to partake. And this apron that I have on is from Paris, and I mention that because Margarita, when she went to Paris, she bought this for me. So she was thinking about me and in my kitchen, so I really, really appreciate it. So I'm gonna make this like I would make it if she were here. So we're gonna start with portobello mushrooms. Now you can use the small portobello mushrooms. I wouldn't use the baby mushrooms, but you can use like the smaller ones. These are nice and huge, jumbo, as we call it. And what I've done is I've taken out the gills in the middle. I just took a spoon and I just scraped those out. So those are all ready. We have our shrimp that I have peeled and deveined. These actually had the head on them. So I cut the heads off, and with the shells, I put them in some water with some cracked pepper and with some bouillon, and I'm gonna put that away, and that's gonna be my shrimp stock. I'm gonna put it in a container, and then I'm going to put it into the freezer for when I make maybe shrimp and grits or some other seafood dish. Okay, also for this, we have some Parmesan cheese. This is shredded Parmesan cheese, and this is a necessary ingredient. There is no substitution for the breadcrumbs. So these breadcrumbs are Italian breadcrumbs, so they are seasoned. I have cut up some peppers. We have both yellow and red for color. Always thinking about color when we think about food, because we're thinking about the presentation. Because you always have to remember that people eat with their eyes first. They see it and they decide at that moment whether it looks good or whether it does not. So we always want to be mindful of the colors of the vegetables or whatever we're putting together, that we're mindful of that. So we have some purple onion, or red onion as people call it. And I have some garlic and some Old Bay. Can't have shrimp without Old Bay. So this is the recipe for the mushrooms. What I'm going to be serving with the mushrooms is kind of like a play on the wedge salad, when you have, you know, the bacon, the lettuce, and then the blue cheese crumbles. So we have some arugula, because we want some of this taste in our salad. We have some honey bombs. Now I got these from Aldi's. In a group, someone says that these are really good, and you can see I've already been eating them. They're like a snack. They're called honey bombs, and they are tomatoes on the vine. And then, of course, we have to have some bacon, and this is what's left from what I've eaten as I was making it. And then we have some crumbled blue cheese. So we're gonna put all this together, and if you trust me, and if you walk with me, I promise you it will be worth it. If you make it, it will be worth it. So, are you with me? Are you really with me? Come on, go with me. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm melting about 3 tablespoons of butter. And while that is melting, I'm gonna take these mushrooms, I'm gonna put them on a sheet pan. I have the oven at 325 degrees because I want them pre-cooked. Because the thing about mushrooms is they contain a lot of water and they shrink. So I'm gonna put these in so that the water from the mushroom will be extracted out by the heat. So by the time I fill them, they won't be soggy. So that's what we're gonna do. Again, it's 325 degrees, and I'm gonna put it on the timer. Let's just try 10 minutes and see if that works. Okay, in the meantime, what we're gonna do is we are going to roughly chop the shrimp, just like this. And I probably have more mixture than I have for the mushrooms, but that's okay, because I can always keep the stuffing and buy more mushrooms to take the work from my colleagues, which I love to do, because all this food you see me cooking, it's just me, so of course I can't eat it all. So I have what I call tasters. They taste the food and tell me if it has enough salt, too much salt, it's too spicy, not spicy enough, etc., etc., etc. Okay, our shrimp is all chopped and our butter is almost melted. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to bring you closer. We're going to go ahead and put in our peppers. And our onions. And we're going to cook these until they are soft. Here's that stock I made that I was talking about earlier. Those are all the shrimp heads. So I'm just going to strain that out. All right, so these are softened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a teaspoon of garlic, already chopped. You always want to add that at the end. And to these, before I put the shrimp in, I'm going to add some pepper and some salt. And as soon as you can smell the garlic, then that's when you know you need to add the other ingredients. So I have my shrimp here. And I'm just going to put it in. And now I'm going to add my Old Bay. And you're just going to just sprinkle it on. It's probably about maybe a teaspoon. And we're going to let all this cook together until the shrimp is pink. Smells delicious. As always. This is what it looks like. Still see the shadow. Okay, we're going to take some more of that cheese. Just going to put it on top. Let me tell you, if you are on a diet or watching your calories or cholesterol, this is not the recipe for you. But if you want to indulge, this is it. What I don't want to do is get the cheese on the sheet because then it'll burn. We don't want that to happen. All right, here's our finished product. And let's put it back in 325 degrees. And everything's mostly cooked, so we just want the cheese to melt. So I'm gonna check it again in 5 minutes. In the meantime, let's get this salad together. This salad has arugula and baby lettuce and some spinach. So it's like a kind of a mixture. I'm gonna take my little tomatoes here, my honeycombs. They come out looking like this. I have my plate. I'm just gonna serve one. This one here. I'm gonna put it right in the center there. And that is your stuffed mushroom. Shrimp. Good. So this can be a lunch. This could be a light dinner. You could make small salads for an appetizer. And again, you can use the small mushrooms, the smaller portobello mushrooms. The portobello are the best because they're nice and they're thick. And I think they stand up better and they don't fall apart. So we would present it like this. I push the salad over to the side, and there's that beautiful stuffed mushroom. Now we are going to taste. It's nice and juicy. The cheese is melted. It's gooey. Ooh. It's hot. I love it because you can taste every ingredient. Of course, the shrimp is cooked perfectly. And then we have the cheeses, we have the breadcrumbs, we have the onions, we have the peppers, we have the Old Bay, the Parmesan cheese. Look at this. Look how this cooks in the inside. Look how that is cooked all the way through. It's beautiful. I'm really trying very hard to end this video, but I keep going back to this mushroom because it is so good. Again, my name is Beverly Lucas, and you have been watching For the Love of Cooking Fridays. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that I have taught you a little something that you didn't know, especially how simple it is to make a meal that you could go to a restaurant and pay $15 for the salad and maybe $20 for the mushrooms. No. We could do all that in less than half of that cost. So, if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, why don't you go on and subscribe? Because I have plenty of videos that you can watch, and I also have some videos that are coming up that I think that you will really enjoy. I try to do a variety of different things so that I'm not stuck into one particular type of food or genre of food or cuisine or whatever it is that you want to call it. So, join me next Friday. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Until next Friday, this is Beverly Lucas, and I am signing off.